Hi everyone, welcome to Crazy Trades 24/7. In this live stream, we are going to cover gold, silver, Bitcoin, Forex pairs. And before US markets open, let's start with our today's outlook for all the Forex pairs and the major commodities that we usually follow in this program. And let's build our setup for today. Yes, this is gold. Today we have seen a complete sideways consolidation during London session, which is essentially it means that price is unable to decide whether in which direction it's trying to move in. After yesterday's downfall that we witnessed and that we captured, price gave a breakout below 39.83. After this breakout, price currently it seems like price is taking support from 39.70 level. This is nice consolidation formation here, but only after this consolidation, range gets breakout, we would be able to decide the direction in which we would be, playing. Looking broadly, it seems like price is now, this downtrend is getting exhausted right now. After making each successive low, which lower than the previous swings low, price is only being able to capture repeatedly a very less move. This is the support level at 39.70, and this is the resistance which price might reject. This level is from 4008 till 4017. This complete range is acting as a strong resistance. This is a nice resistance zone. Let me mark it as resistance. This is 30-minute time frame chart. Price has been consolidating in this range for a complete day. And price entered this range yesterday at 6:45 in the evening. Like it's been almost 24 hour price has been consolidating within this range. And price has not been able to give a big swing that may lead to breakout of this range. Seems like price is hinting towards giving a breakout in the upper direction, because looking at the moves on the upper direction, you can see the size of the candle. These green candles are comparatively larger than the smaller candles that are made here in a bearish direction. This typically shows us the strength, or rather in which direction the price is hinting towards. Looking at this price structure, we can safely say that price might continue in the upper direction, but only after the breakout we would be able to take fresh entries. And structurally, if I were to look it from the higher time frames like 2 hourly, this is also a repeated phenomenon on the price, that whenever price has got rejected from a major bearish trend line, which is intact here on the price chart from very long time, each time it has got rejection, it has made a low which is significantly lower than the previous swings low. Like for instance, when price got rejection here, it made a low which was lower than the previous swing. And in a similar way, now also price has already made a low which is lower than the previous swing. So this structure is maintained. But to keep this structure maintained again, what price need to done is to give a reversal and again retest this major bearish trend line. Like this has also been the repeated phenomenon in the past, that whenever price has successfully made a newer low which is significantly lower than the previous swings low, it has again reversed back to its pivot. This bearish trend line is acting as a pivot here. So this is exactly what we are aiming for. If price start moving in the upward direction, then there might be some window for us to capture. However, taking a long trades here might seems like a risky affair, which it is actually. taking a trade in the direction of a trend should only be should be the goal for us. This is the reason I only prefer to take short trades on this price structure. And if you've been following this live stream, in previous days, whenever price has got rejection from this major bearish trend, we have only opted for taking short entries and not long entries. So, and that's exactly what I'm thinking of continuing on this program further. I won't be worried if I miss this opportunity of taking long entry here till this major bearish trend line. But I would only prefer taking short entry because that's the direction in which trend are moving. If trend is moving in the bearish direction, and if we are taking a short trades on the bearish direction at resistance, that's probably the best trading setup with highest accuracy possible. So as of now, for today, I don't think we'll find some good opportunities on gold. So that's completely fine. We can avoid gold. We have many of the other pairs on which we can try to find some really good opportunities. And I'm sure we'll definitely find some really good opportunities on other pairs as well. So this is consolidation on gold. Let me put some alerts here that as and when price give a breakout above these levels, we'll get to know, so that if at that time, if we could sense some opportunity here, then we would be able to take or grab that opportunity. Like on the upper direction, we have placed our alert level above this green candle's upper week high. This level is 4008.795, and we have placed our alert and 4009.475. So it's like 10 to 15 pip upward of this high. So yes, this is a nice higher highs and higher lows structure. Price is continuously making newer highs, but after making these two highs consecutively and getting rejected from the very similar levels, price is now moving in a complete sideways direction and in a very narrow range. In fact, this movement is very narrow, so there must be some volatility squeeze here. If it gives a breakout, then we might expect some really big swings upcoming. So we should be, eyeing this gold chart for now. But let's put some alerts here and we'll look into some other charts as well. Fine. This was gold for us for today. Next, let's move towards silver. Yes, gold and silver, as you guys are already aware of, these both are highly correlated assets. They mostly move in the similar direction. The magnitude may differ, and you know which is going to lead when it comes to the magnitude. Obviously, silver. Whenever gold moves in any particular direction, silver has this tendency to show an amplified version of that move. For instance, if gold has moved for 2%, silver generally tends to show an up move of like 3% or north of 4%. This is silver, and following to yesterday's downfall that we saw. Yesterday, silver declined for 4%. Sorry. And which has again broken below this level of 55.59. After the breakout of this level, now price is trying to consolidate and trying to contain itself near these breakout levels. If this consolidation formation is completed, I mean, if it has already consolidated for some considerable amount of time, then the breakout of this consolidation would decide the further move on silver. By the same logic that I just discussed on gold, that after every retest of this major bearish trend line, price has maintained this structure of making newer lows than previous swing. So this was the previous swing low, and currently the price has made a low of 56.92, which is again lower than the previous swing low. As you can notice, price had got rejected from this level then. And currently also, like on 14th July, when price got rejection from this level, we were almost certain that it's, I mean, for sure price is going to make a low which would be lower than this low. But we were not sure that it will break the support of 55.59 and it would make a newer low at 54.776. This is something which took us by surprise. But anyway, directionally we were very clear. And if you can successfully predict the direction, then it's just about, I mean, more than 75% task is done as far as a trade is concerned. You can again then, set up the entry level, exit levels, and the targets for your trade. If directionally you are clear, the accuracy will again shot up. So since we have given a break, since the silver has given a breakout below this yellow zone, now it has been consolidating in a sideways range, and you can clearly observe here that price is getting rejected from the very similar level at which it was taking a support earlier. This is classic change in polarity concept in action, that whenever a price breaks its support, that support turns into resistance. I mean, the polarity changes. And on the lower side, this whole consolidation is being supported by this, a narrow range here. This is at 54.95. Above this level, price is consolidating in a sideways direction. If this continues for some more time, then obviously breakout would be the deciding factor here. But taking a long trade would make more sense to me if price gives a breakout above it, because it has already fallen for a quite a fall. It has fallen quite a much, and now after this downfall, expecting a pullback would not be an unreasonable thing. So we might expect price to give a pullback till 56.51, although this would not be that big of a move that we would be interested into taking trades. But that's what we meant on this program. We always try to focus on the trending positions. Like if this trend is very clear and it's moving in the lower direction, then ignoring the upward movements is the right thing to do. And we generally, I mean, do ignore those moves because those are very hard to capture and there is nothing substantial to gain from that move. And there's also a second caveat here that even if silver do not give a breakout above this level, if it consolidates for some longer time, longer period, then it may again automatically would be able to retest this bearish trend line, as consolidating horizontally would automatically lead price to its retest of this major bearish trend line. This would be the time correction rather than giving a corrective rally. If silver decides to correct at the same level for some time, then that is also acceptable, and that will also be very effective as far as pattern is concerned. So 54.776 is a near-term support for us on silver. We would wait we would wait patiently until price gives a breakout below this. And one more thing which I wanted to point out is if price breaks below 54.776, then what would be or what should be our next support on silver? For that, we have to look it into from higher time frames, like this is the 4-hourly time frame. I think we have to go even broad for the time frames. Yes, and as you can see, let me erase all these drawings for once. Yes, this is the price structure as of now. If price successfully give a breakout and decides to continue in the lower direction, then next support, or rather next significant support, is visible at 49. I mean, above this level, I am unable to see any kind of support here. So next support, I would not be wrong if I would say 49.75 is the next support on silver if it gives a breakout, if it gives an intraday level breakout also. And below that 49, we have second support at 46. So 46 and 49 are the only levels on which we are relying as of now because of this big decline that has came on silver. I am suspecting, I mean, on serious note, I am suspecting that silver might retrace back to the level of 45, 46. This would be the like 100% retracement from the upswing that started here on October 2025. So for all those who were regretting buying silver during the the bull move on the last year's November, December. So they must be happy to, buy silver again at the level because silver is again retraced back to the previous day's level before the all hype came in. But I'm also very sure that all those people would not be buying silver even now because now they would be speculating for further downfall on silver. So this is the human behavior, human psychology basically. So yes, on a smaller time frame, we have figured out the current support level, which is at 54.776, and a strong support level, which is at 46.25. Next, we have crude oil. Let's look at the crude chart. Let me zoom out a bit. Yes, this is crude oil chart and price is consolidating since 14th July in a very narrow range. This range is the low of this range is 77.87 and the high of this range is 81.27. Within this range, price is consolidating from past 4 days for 4 trading sessions, in fact. And the important thing to notice here is this level is not an ordinary level. At this level, price had taken support earlier. So again, the change in polarity principle should be applied here. That whenever price has during the initial days of Iran and US conflict, whenever we had seen a decline on the crude oil, price has taken multiple supports. At least 2 of the supports we are witnessing here. This was on 10th March, and the second support it took was on 17th April. And these two bounce back came from the very level at which oil is consolidating right now. And oil is consolidating below that support, which means that support level, which was earlier acting as a support, now has turned into a resistance, and it's preventing price from going further up. So if this give a breakout on the upper direction, we might see a really good up move on crude oil. But before clean breakout and confirmation, we should not be opting for taking fresh entries on either direction. Taking a long entry might be a realistic option, but taking a short entry, might be just a minute. Yes, taking a short entry might be a problematic thing because these commodities are fueled by mostly news and the geopolitical situations. And as we are aware, the conflicts are still ongoing. So taking a speculation trade on crude oil, speculating that it might fall again, would be a risky thing to do. So as long as you have put in your risk management measures strictly, you can opt for taking short trades below these levels. But I would personally avoid these trades. I would rather hope for price giving breakout above 81.27. Then I would be able to take fresh entries on crude oil in long direction. Let me extend this bearish trend line now. Let's see if this still holds some significance as of now or not. Yes, I really suspect that if price gives a breakout above 81.20, and it might retest this major bearish trend line again. And if it retests this level, then that would be our perfect level for taking a short trade. So yes, this was crude. Now let's move towards Bitcoin. And if you have any other pair that you want to ask question, you can comment it on the live chat. I'll try to explain that to you. This is Bitcoin chart, and this is the trade that we took yesterday on live stream, and it went really good. I mean, price has shown a down move of around 2.5%. Although initially, after we entered the trade, it was showing some, inverse move that we were expecting from. I mean, we were expecting a downfall from 64,300, but after we took entry and price consolidated for some time, it started to give a move in the opposite direction of what we were expecting. So, but we stick with our rule. We had our stop losses at place, and soon after, retesting or retracing for the downfall that it had shown initially, it again started to decline, and finally it has reached our uh, target today. So this was a really nice trade, and after that, this trade is over. Let me erase these levels now. Now, what does Bitcoin hold for us for today? I mean, if I were to explain, we are done with the trade that we took yesterday, but what's now? What we should be looking for today? I mean, after this big decline, one thing is very clear that price is not going to go up because the trend and the momentum is in bearish direction. This is one thing for sure. And to what extent we are expecting this downfall? If this is your question, then this is very certain that we would be expecting this downfall till 61,800. The reason behind it is price has taken multiple support of these levels. After every rejection that price has got from higher levels, it has again, retraced back to these levels. And we have seen this multiple times. This was the first, second, third, and the fourth instances. So similar to that, we are expecting a decline again, but that decline, if that, this decline continues, then there is a very high chance that it might, retest this level of 61,800. So to capture this window, we still have this opportunity to take fresh short entries, but for that, we will need some really good setup, okay, to take trade. Like the kind of setup we took, we found out here and we, initiated our trade. This is the kind of 5-star setup that we are looking for, because once the setup is clean, you can have higher conviction on the trades that you are undertaking. So at the current level, we are expecting a sideways consolidation here. If it consolidates at the current level for some more time, so that we could have a optimum place to place our stop loss. Like if you were to take a short entry here, then this would be our like an optimum place to take a short to keep your stop loss, because we have to decide anyway where to put our stop loss in advance before we initiate our trade, right? So currently, if price tends to continue consolidating here at these levels, and if it has captured and has given a price moment for some really good time, and only after that, if it gives a breakout below 62,600 below these levels, then that would be really nice idea to take fresh short entries on Bitcoin, because that would be like perfect spot for us to short Bitcoin again. So as of now, we have to wait till price again comes back to the lower levels. This is the support that we are witnessing right now. Yes, from this level, price has bounced back twice, and we are again expecting this price to return back to these levels and again tries to, challenge this support. And only when price will give a clean breakout below this level, then we would be comfortable in taking fresh short entries on Bitcoin. So this is the clean setup that we have just discussed. Let me put a trade setup here. Below this level, we will be shorting, and our maximum target should be till 61,800. So the only focus that we have right now is to minimize our stop loss level so that this total trade setup makes sense to us. I mean, taking a trade with low risk reward or the risk reward which is not in our favor is not the right thing to do as a trader. So the only thing which is in our hand is the trade setup and the risk reward. So let's see when price gives a breakout below it. If at that time we have some really nice place to place our stop loss and to enhance our risk reward ratio, then we would be attempting this trade. Otherwise, we would be happily ignoring this trade because we have already captured like 1600 points, and this is again a re-entry. So let's see if it work out, then we'll be fine and we will take that call. Otherwise, we are open to avoid this call, this trade as well. Yes, gold is very, I mean, it's acting very dead today. Maybe it's because of Friday factor. Today is Friday and market is going to be closed for weekends and Saturday and Sundays. That might be the reason. Fridays are generally considered very weak trading sessions because there's not much public participations today. Because today, I mean, people generally don't want to take overnight positions because of this heightened uncertainties in the market. So because of these reasons, gold and silvers are thinly traded today. Keep an eye on crude oil. Tomorrow is Saturday, and as we have seen, many of the worst kind of news like the war breaking out. These generally comes up on the Friday night or Saturdays. So we need to be careful about it, and the price of oil is also signaling that. So if price gives a breakout above 81.35 or 81.27, we should be interested into taking fresh long entries here. So now we have already discussed gold, silver, Bitcoin, crude oil. Now let's look at one more chart of cryptocurrency, which is Ethereum, a very close ally of uh, Bitcoin. So let's see, we have placed our trade setup here on Ethereum as well yesterday. Let's see how it's going. And yes, it has almost achieved our target, and it has missed by just 1 or 2 pips. This was one risk reward trade, and it went really nicely. Let me analyze it from 4 hourly time frame, 3 hourly time frame, a major time frame basically. Yes, price has, after giving breakout above 1848, it has now again trying to retest this level. After this retest, I mean, it would be safe to assume if price give a breakout. I mean, I am not speculating for a breakout in the lower direction. In fact, I'm thinking of that whether the price will give a bounce back or not. Because at this point, taking a bounce back trade make more sense to me. One more thing which I have observed, let me show it to you. If this is working or it's just a fluke or something, I'm not sure, but yes, this might be the good idea. Let me uh, turn my chart into line. This is the line chart. Clearly, price has managed to give a breakout above it. Whether this breakout is confirmed or not is the whole different question, and we need to observe these things very closely to come to an answer for that question. Currently, it's taking support of this resistance, which the level which was earlier acting as a resistance. Now it seems like price is taking support of it. After taking support of it, if price tries to give a bounce back from this level, then this might be a right place to take long entry. But for that, we would need a consolidation again. And after the price has consolidated here for a while, and if it gives a breakout above it, then only we would be taking fresh long entries on Ethereum. Otherwise, we can definitely avoid Ethereum for now for the short side. Even if it gives a breakout in the lower direction, I am personally not interested. For me to take a short trade on Ethereum, I would be more interested into if price will break out below 1719, because this would be the optimum place for me to enter a short trade on Ethereum. And if I have my risk reward checked when price is giving a breakout below it, if at all it gives breakout, then I would be happily shorting Ethereum at these levels. This bearish trend line that we have just mentioned, this is also kind of supporting what we have. The price is supporting that this bearish trend line, and it's trying. It seems like it's again trying to get rejected from this a bearish trend. If it does so, well, fine. I mean, we still. I mean, price has still a lot of things to do. If even if it decline here, it might again reverse back and give a breakout above this bearish trend line. That is something which we need to. I mean, we'll have to wait for. Uh, we'll need to wait to see how it goes, how it unfolds. See how gold is doing. Yes, it's again retracing back to its support level as it was already something which we were expecting. There's definitely a bearish biasness, but it's kind of getting exhausted after this big decline. So price might need some, fresh rallies on the upper direction or a correction for this downfall. Let me measure this downfall and then we'll see till where price might give, correction for the downfall that it had shown. If we consider this complete downswing, starting here at 4081 and ending till 3969, that price might, retrace till this level of 4038 and 4024. And in between these two levels, price might give a retracement till these two levels. And from these levels, if it gets rejected, then that would again be our fresh short entries opportunities there. Shorting at current levels does not make any sense to me on hold. Now, so this was gold, silver, Bitcoin for today. Now let's move towards our next segment, which is Forex, where we'll discuss all the major and most of the minor Forex pairs. I mean, there's thousands of Forex pairs. We won't be covering everything, but yes, there is a sorted list for us, which we generally follow in this program. If you have any other Forex pairs in your mind which you'd like to discuss, then you might want to name that pair in the comment section or live chat. I'll be happy to take that. Yes, we have this first Forex pairs, which is USD CHF. Let and our format of discussing these Forex pairs would be like starting from the very higher time frame, starting from higher time frames, and then we'll be forming our overview or outlook, and then we'll be drilling down it in the lower time frames and we'll reach to the very core of its intraday levels, and then we'll try to figure out how price is trying to move in the smaller time frames. So yes, this is daily time frame USD CHF. This is the clean price structure. Let me USD CHF on daily time frame. What are the things that we notice when we look at from the daily time frame? There's two major things that I mean, even an experienced or a naive trader would notice. The first thing is there is a bearish structure that got broken out on 4th June. And the second thing is price has given a breakout above this, a significant high, right? This was a significant high of, let me place marker here. This is 0.8124. This was a very significant point on this bearish extended move, which has been already breached out. Now, after giving a breakout above that level, price is now consolidating in a sideways range. This is complete bearish move, bullish move. Price is very bullish here. Yes, this is very strong up move. After showing this up move, price has again, making a newer high. This was the high which price made during its first upswing, and after the correction, it took some time to give a fresh upswing, which again has leaded price to making a new high at 0.8151. This is the new high that price had made, and from this level, it has started getting some rejection, or I would rather say a correction for now, because following to this up move, there was a correction which was impending, and I think this is exactly what price is forming now. If this correction gets completed, and if price decides to continue in the upper direction, which is most likely what's going to happen. But before that, if I were to time the movement, if I were to time it, then I would say that price should retest this rising trend line for once. If price retests this rising trend line, and then if it gives a breakout on the upper direction, then that would be the most, I mean, trustworthy place or credible way for taking fresh entries on higher time frames, of course. Like looking at from 4 hourly time frame, price is consolidating well within a strong resistance and a strong support. If it gives a breakout of a 0.8151, then this would be a good place to take a long entry, as this high was established by price only after giving a breakout of a significant, highest point on price chart. So again, taking a long entry above this level is a nice idea, is really a nice idea. So this was 4 hourly time frame. Structure on the bullish side is sustaining. Price is making higher highs, higher lows continuously. This is the high that price broke up, given a breakout from, and has established a newer high at 0.8151. And if it succeeds in giving a breakout above it, then we might want to take a fresh long entries here. Let me look it from further on smaller time frames, like this is 13-minute time frame. Since we are expecting a move on the upper direction, right? Since prices already retested its support, and now it's trying to inch higher. If this is the case, then we might be interested into taking long entries above uh, this breakout. Price has given a breakout above this bearish trend line, and it is now again retesting this level. If it succeeds in giving a breakout above this level of 0.8097, I mean, if it gives a breakout above this, then this would be the ninth place to take a entry for the target of 0.8126. I mean, till this level, we might want to take a long entry above this, but I don't think that risk reward will be in our favor. So it would be just fine if we dump this idea altogether. Taking trades on broader time frames overview is the best idea on Forex that I have observed. So if I were to take entry on the basis of higher time frames, then I would be betting on the trade above 0.8151. This is the right place above which I really think that this would be the good trade. But only problem that we have is we'll have like 117.8 pip stop loss for this, but we'll figure out something here, because we'll take a long trade only above the breakout of this level. If price succeeds in doing so, and if price consolidates here for some time before giving a breakout, that would be the ideal situation for us, so that we could place our stop losses at higher levels. I mean, at the very that this is the ultimate goal for us, to place the stop loss as near as possible of the entry level, so that our risk reward comes very nice. This was euros USD CHF, our outlook is bullish on it. Let's see, gold has triggered a level for us. Let's see on which direction it's moving. I'm sure it's moving in the lower direction. Yes, it's again now moving in the lower direction. It's trying to give a breakout from this level. I'm not sure if I want to try this. But this is the 5-minute time frame opportunity. Even if you would like to take this trade, you can short at these levels with a stop loss of this for the target of 39.75. This is 12 points trade on gold. Since it's in a consolidating range, I mean, it's completely fine if you want to avoid this trade. I mean, cut the clutter here, Raj. Let's move to the next forex pair. In fact, that's GBP JPY. Let's look at from daily time frame. And yes, price is again retracing after a really big up move. This was a 1.06% up move on a single day. And after this big up move, price is now retracing back. This retracement should again get fueled by bullish pressure, and this should continue in the upper direction. Looking at the price trend altogether, it seems like it's just a healthy correction. If it continues, we'll have an opportunity for us to take fresh long entries here. This is the right trend line that we have drawn right now. Let me erase all these. Yes, now as and when price reaches this rising trend line, if we find some opportunity, then we'll again go for the long entry. I'm not interested into shorting GBP JPY as of now. This is a pretty strong chart. And yes, this is quite a downfall after this very strong spike. This is the kind of formation we are looking for if price manages to consolidate at a very same level for some time. And if it gives a breakout above it, then that would be our optimum place or optimum level to take a long entry on GBP JPY. As of now, no opportunity to take a long entry, and neither we should be shorting this pair for now, because this might be almost done, and this downfall, it seems like it's already exhausted and it might take support now. Taking a short entry at support is never a good idea, and taking a long entry at support without confirmation is even a worse idea, because the downfall might again continue in the lower direction. So you need confirmation for that if you want to take a contrarian trade. Since taking a long entry is the right option here, price is in a strong up move. Let me mark it as bullish trend line. Yes. So this is a nice structure. I mean, we generally don't find this kind of beautiful chart on Forex much because of the volatility and the erratic move that it generally tends to show. Next we have odd JPY. We raise this setup. Yes. On higher time frame, like on daily time frame, uh, we have seen a good up move. This is the odd JPY pair. This is not a major pair, but still it's highly traded in the markets. Here, price was on a complete downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs structure. This was the trend line which was intact. And I was honestly planning to take a short entry below this level. If price would have given a breakout below 112.192, then I would be literally on a short today. But since price did give a breakout above this consolidating range high, which was unexpected to me, because there was a presence of a bearish trend line and this was the consolidation as resistance. So generally, I mean, from this kind of structure, generally it's not expected to give a breakout on the upper direction. As you can see here also, when price consolidated near this bearish trend line, it gave a clean breakout below it. So that's exactly what we were expecting here. But opposite of our expectation, price gave a breakout above this range, and it had gone till 113.89, and now it's again retracing back. Seems like price is taking support resistance from these levels 113.576, and also there was a kind of a retracement which was impending after this big up move. Once price retraces for some time, and only after that, if it starts to give a breakout or if it start to move in the upper direction, that would be a good setup for us to take a long entry. Of course, our outlook has already shifted towards long side as price has given a breakout above it, and along with this breakout, the thing which is significant is when price gave a breakout above the high of 113.548, because this is the most important level after the breakout of this level. So price gave a breakout above this level also, and now it's uh, again retracing back. Upon reversal of this pullback, we'll be looking for fresh long entries on odd JPY. Now next we have odd NZD. On odd NZD, let's look at from the daily time frame. And yes, after a good up move, price has formed this topping formation, and now it has given a breakout below this rising trend line and a significant low. Now it's threatening 1.193. 1.1933, which is again a very significant low on this up move. If price manages to give a breakout below it, then this might be the place where we would be taking fresh short entries. Outlook as of now, it seems like price has started its down move. Now taking a short entry make more sense to me, but since price has given a steep decline, steep downfall from the level of 0.2211 till 1951, which is almost like 200 to 250 pips. So after such a big decline in without any significant correction or a consolidation, I'm not getting confidence to short this further. If only price consolidates here for some more time, if it gives a breakout below it, then we can think of taking fresh short entries on NZD CAD, NZD odd NZD. Otherwise, taking a fresh short entry would be very risky here. So waiting for the consolidation is the right thing we can do now. And also this might act as a strong support also. There is a fair possibility, there is a fair chance that price might again give a bounce back from this level also. instead of thinking of taking trade in the short direction, we might also want to look at from the other, perspective, that what if we initiate a long entry here after the consolidation. If price tries to give a breakout on the upper direction, then we should be open for that trade as well, as price has already shown in the past that this level has acted as a strong support. Like, just look at this decline, price to support of this level, and it started to move in the upper direction. So similar to this, I mean, I would not be surprised if price again we start to take a support of this level and start up. So this is also a possibility for odd NGD. Let's wait for the consolidation, and then we would be deciding. As of now, no trade. You don't want to trade within these, consolidating ranges, because the whipsaws, chances of whipsaws are very high. So you can definitely, you should avoid this kind of nonsensical trade. I mean, you should be waiting for real setup to play out, and then only you should be entering in the trades. That would be again, we'll be over analyzing any pair. So let's leave it. Next, this is Euro NGT, because the real analysis is when you look any chart in one glance and you'll figure out that what's happening and what's the plan for you. In one glance, or like 4 to 5 minutes, if you would figure out, that's the real analysis. And after that, if you start to dig it and tries to find deeper meaning, then most of the time what I have observed is your outlook and overviews might change, and that change might not be the correct one. The first impression that chart gives you on your mind is actually the correct one. This is the chart of Euro NGT. On Euro NGT, price has taken multiple support of this strong support level. Multiple bounce back, price has taken from this level of 1.9534. If price is again starts to consolidate here for some time, and again if price tries to give a breakout in the above direction, in the upper direction, then that would be a nice place to take a long entry. As of now, this is the level which I am thinking of naming is at the neckline. That whenever price starts to consolidate for a while, and if it gives a breakout above it, then we might be interested in taking fresh long entries. This is a significant level here, 1.9687. The downfall has also slowed down. This is one thing which you might have observed till now. That by the kind of momentum which we were witnessing on Euro NCD when it started declining, it was, I mean, very strong, but now it seems like price has slowed down and it's trying to form a rounding bottom. If it forms a rounding bottom and give a breakout over 1.1, 1.9687, then we should be taking long entries here. Price has done this before. Yes, price has done this before multiple times. And multiple supports, multiple bounce backs from the very same level is even confirming, is even giving us higher confidence and conviction to our outlook. So we should be safely waiting here on the sideline for taking long entries, for planning long entries above the breakout. But before that, we need some consolidation. This would take at least like 5 to 7 trading sessions from now. Next, we have odd USD. This is odd USD on daily time frame. Price was trying to move higher. Yes, yesterday also I have said that this move that price is showing is not that confirming. I mean, I was not getting the conviction here that price is moving in the upward direction, so we should be taking a long entry. This was not the thing yesterday. And the move that price has shown today is kind of confirming that notion of me. The reason why I said that was even after the breakouts, price was not enthusiastic enough to take a big leap and give a big up move on the upper direction, because the setup was very clean. Setup was indicating all the good moves to come, but somehow price kind of rejected all those good moves, taking a support of that very strong demand zone after forming a nice reversal formation, giving a breakout of a bearish trend line. And again, after giving a breakout, price consolidated here for a while. And after that consolidation, price given a breakout above that consolidating range. I mean, all the stars aligned. But even after that, price is facing rejection from the upper direction. Just look at these candles. The upper wicks are quite large, which is the indication of bears trying to push odd USD in the lower direction. These are the reasons why I was not feeling confident on odd USD, and rightly so. Price has shown that we were not incorrect completely, and now it's retracing back to the lower levels. If this is the case, I would be avoiding odd USD's long trade for now. And in fact, I would be looking for some really sideways consolidation, and below that, I would be interested into taking fresh short entries on odd USD. But saying that now would be very, I mean, that would not be the right thing. Let the price structure evolve. Then I'll be, putting forward my what I was thinking, because this does not seem bullish to me in any way. And I'm, thinking of that if price starts to decline, then I would be interested into taking short entries. So this is odd USD for you. On a smaller time frame, it might seem like price has given a breakout and now it's trying to retrace. But this is not the kind of up move that price is supposed to show. Price is supposed to show after giving a breakout of previous highs, especially if this is price moving in an uptrend. And and also the structure is also very clean. Price making higher highs and higher lows. So taking a, I mean, reversing up just after some small up moves is not a very, I mean, positive thing to see on a price chart like AUD USD. Let's see how gold is performing. This is 5 minute time frame chart. Yes, it has again returned back to the 39,670 level. Again, it's expected to take support from this level also. Price has bounced back from this level multiple times, and I don't think this time it would be different. This is a range bound formation. If price consolidates here for some more time, and if only it gives a breakout below this range, then we would be interested into taking fresh entries on gold. Otherwise, I don't see a really good opportunity for us on gold today. And also, you cannot just ignore this fact that today is Friday, and uh, this most of the moves that price will make today would not be backed by some good volumes, because most of the volumes on Fridays generally dries off because of the obviously Friday effects. So I'm taking a entries today is not something which I'm looking for on gold, especially. Yes, it has returned back to these levels, but it might again, starts to bounce back on the higher levels. These two levels are still intact till the time price give a breakout above or below these range. We should ideally be avoiding gold. Below 39.69, we might want to take a short trade on gold for the target of, I mean, below there is many support levels. I'm not sure what should we be doing on gold today. There is a presence of strong supports on the lower levels. Price has given a breakout below 39.69. The supports are near. Next immediate support is at like 39.62. Let's initiate a short entry now. Let's look at till where this move might continue. This is 4 hourly chart. Next, low that price might retest is 39.45. And below that, any significant new low is at 38.88. 39.56 and 39.41. We have not taken that trade. We are avoiding this trade for now. Last last support is at 39.42 on this complete price chart. Last support is at 39.42. If price breaks below that level, then I don't know, price might retest 3900 and below that level. Yes, Bitcoin has also started to decline. The only problem that I see here on Bitcoin chart is we don't have narrow stop loss, because I'm getting very strong conviction and feeling that price might continue. If it gives a breakout below 63,000 level, then it might continue further in the lower direction. And for a really big downfall or a downswing, we should be, at least targeting for this level till 62,661. I mean, this is a nice 1:1 trade, but I was looking forward to narrowing my stop loss so that the risk reward comes better. Gold is again continuing in the lower direction on below level. At the level of 39.62, there is a presence of a strong support. Price might take a bounce back from this level as well. Let's see how it unfolds. Once price gives a breakout below 39, this is 39.60 level, then next support is at 39.42, and below that 3900 holds a strong level. And there is a fair expectation that price might again give a bounce back from 3900 level. Let's move to our next pair that we were discussing, Euro NZD. On 4 hourly time frame, Price has again retraced back to its strong support level from where uh, price has shown multiple bounce back in the past. Like you can see, this is the like fifth instance when price has came again to this level, and from here we are expecting a bounce back. But before a bounce back, if price consolidates at the current levels, and after the consolidation, if it gives a breakout on the above the neckline, then we might be interested into taking fresh entries on Euro NZD in the bullish direction. This is the neckline that we had drawn earlier. This level is 1.9687. The momentum by the momentum has clearly slowed down at lower levels. Price is now not falling with the same momentum it was falling earlier. And it seems like it's trying to form a rounding bottom here. If it consolidates here for some more time and form a nice sideways range, and if only price gives a breakout above that consolidating range, then we would be interested into taking some bullish trades here. So this was Euro NZD. Next we have odd USD. On this pair, earlier price was giving this is the daily time frame. Price was taking a strong bounce back from this support level of 0.6876. And after this bounce back, it has started to form a bullish structure, making higher highs and higher low. Now, it seems like price will continue this move further in the upper direction. If this is just a correction for the earlier up move, if price take a deep correction and if it reaches this rising trend line, that would be our ideal situation for taking long entries. If price retests this rising trend line and if it consolidates at these levels, and if only price give a breakout above that consolidating range, then we would be taking long entries for the bounce back. Like this is the repeated phenomenon that we have observed on odd USD. This was the first instance when price took a bounce back from this rising trend line. And earlier also we have seen this bounce back. So in the similar fashion, we are also expecting price to again give a good bounce back from this rising trend line. So definitely we should be looking for only bullish trade on odd USD. Trying to capture this pullback of this up move is not worth it, because that would be like playing against the trend. On smaller time frames, this is clearly a correction for the earlier up move. Let me use Fibonacci retracement scale so that we could understand till where this correction is going to continue. Yes, it has already retested this 0.5 level on Fibonacci scale, and below that, I mean, it's facing a bullish pressure from these levels. Below these levels, we have 0.618 as well. And as we already know, this level is considered as a strong bullish reversal for any, a strong reversal point for any pullbacks. So if it starts to move further below, we have our support levels. Let's see how it unfolds moving further. But one thing is for sure, we are not looking for short trades on odd USD. This is the highest level till where price has given an up move. This level is 0.70 to 7021. Yes, this is now acting as a immediate resistance for price, and immediate support is at this low. Yes, this low might act as a strong support for now. 0.6917. Next, we have GBP USD. Let's look it from higher time frames. This is daily chart. This is daily chart on GBP USD, and we have seen a good up move Like in one single day, one single trading session, price has given a good up move of around 1.2%. Following to that up move, it has given a breakout above this level of 1.35, which was a significant level because we were expecting that if price continues to move higher with shallow correction, then we would be interested into taking fresh long entries. Our outlook was anyway bullish as price was taking support of this level. After taking support of this level, when price gave a bounce back, we were expecting this up move to continue till its ultimate resistance, which is at this broad range. We should be taking the midsection of this range, which is 1.3713. So currently, it seems like price has given a breakout and now it's taking correction for the up move that it has shown earlier. Now, if I were to draw a rising trend line here, and it would be even more clear that after taking support of this trend line, price might again starts to move in the upward direction. So this is a nice rising trend line and a bullish structure that is at place. Yes, it will retrace all the way till I think this rising trend lines retest. This is for sure. Price has taken multiple bounce backs from this rising trend line. And this time also we are expecting the same. We are expecting that this price will retest this level and again it will give a bounce back in the upper direction. So this, according to this only, we would be planning our trades moving forward. Next, we have USD JPY. We've been witnessing a formation of a triangle pattern. And it seemed like that price has given a breakout above this level, but since uh, trend lines are we should not since we should not be relying on the trend lines for our breakout level, we should be taking something more objective, and in that case we there comes the price highs and lows for the breakout levels. So if we consider this as a optimum breakout level, then yes, price has given a price has already given a breakout above its strongest point, I mean its strongest resistance point. If you want to consider that, then the trade is already on. You can put your stop loss below 161.59. And if you want to wait till price gives a breakout above 162.837, like above 162.837, there is a good opportunity to take a long entry. Like if price crosses this level, then we might see a continued up move again. Yes, 30-minute time frame, and it seems like price is again trying to give a breakout above it. If price gives a breakout above 162.552, then we should, and we can take a long entry at 62.552 with a stop loss of 162.12, which is around 40 pips stop loss for you. So with 40 pips stop loss, we would be expecting like an up move of this reward might not be in your favor at on this trade. We should reconsider this setup. Let it give a clean breakout, and only after that we would be looking for entries on USD JPY. Before the clean breakout, we can completely avoid that chart. Let's see how it's forming, how gold is reacting to the breakout that it just gave. It has retested that this yellow zone that we had drawn earlier. This is a strong support, and from this level only you can see how price is again taking a support and it's trying to inch higher. If it succeeds in doing so, I mean, after a recovery, price might recover, I think. Let's look at this big green candle. This is on the 5-minute time frame. Yes, this is a nice recovery candle of around 0.2%. Let's see what's happening. I think there might be some uh, news upcoming, because of which gold, silver, Bitcoin, everything is facing some, you know, heightened volatility. I don't see anything significant here on news front. Yes, let's see silver. Silver has formed this consolidating range again, and even after the decline that we just saw, because of its gold gave breakout below today's low. That was yesterday's low, I guess. Yes. After that, you can see how silver is reacting. It's also silver is also trying to contain above 54.776 as of now. If price bounce back from this purple zone multiple times, then this zone would have significance, strong significance from buyer's point of view. Then, if only that this level gets breakout in the lower direction, then we can initiate fresh short entries. The trend is already in the downward direction, so taking a short entry below 54.776 does make sense. Yes, this is a really good move on oil front. Oil going up is not good for anything. I mean, it's not good for economy. Definitely not good for the currency, as dollar is backed by US dollar. Dollar is, I mean, US oil is measured in dollar only because of the petrodollar agreement. So oil going up is like dollar weakening. So if it breaks above 81.27, this might give a bounce back, and it might retest this 86, 87 levels. Let's again move to the our forex segment. We'll be we would be like observing gold and silver again and again in midst of our forex analysis, because gold and silver is something very static, and that price generally don't give moves in one go. It comes and goes. So that's the reason we have to keep an eye on gold and silver, and we need to uh, focus on those assets in between. So next we have USD, not this one. Next one we have Euro JPY, and yes, on 4 hourly time frame, after breaking out from this bearish trend line, price has given a breakout of these significant resistance levels. So to say, this was acting as a strong resistance. After giving a breakout, I mean, I won't even say this was a clean breakout, because price has consolidated at its resistance levels, and after consolidation, it has given a breakout on the lower direction. If at all breakout has came, it's on the lower direction from these levels. This was a nice consolidation formation here, and after, since price has given a breakout below it, it's now moving in the lower direction. I suspect this might retest this bearish trend line, which was actually helping in forming this bearish trend line. I mean, this is the bearish trend line, which price is again returning back to retest. Once it has retested this level, there's a high chance that price might again continue in the upward direction. As support of this rising trend line is still intact, so at the confluence of these two levels, there is a strong, I mean, very strong bullish pressure. So if price returns to this level and retest this level, and if it again decides to move in the upward direction, then we have will have a strong, buying setup ready at that level. Currently, it seems like price is taking support of this rising trend line that I have just drawn. On line chart, it will be very clear. It's definitely price is taking support of it. So if it again starts to show some up moves, then we might be interested in taking fresh long entries. But if price consolidates here for some more time, then it would be nice structure, and then we would be more comfortable in taking long entries. Let me also recheck this complete up moves retracement level. Yes, price has retraced till 0.618 level, and now it's showing some strength. So this is again a confirming factor for us. Next, we have GBP odd. Because on GBP odd, we had seen a very good up move, and after that up move, when price has retraced back to its lower levels, now it's consolidating in a sideways direction. This is 30-minute chart. Let me zoom out a bit. On 4-hourly chart, price has taken rejection from its very strong resistance level. This is the strongest resistance level present on the price right now, and we are actually looking for trades in the upper direction. We are essentially waiting for price to give a breakout of a 1.19 1.90 1.9401. This is the level. If price gives breakout, we might be interested in taking long entries. There is a two reason behind it. Our conviction for this trade is very high. There is a two reason because of which we are so much into this trade. First thing is that there is a presence of a multi-year rising trend line. Look at this. This is a multi-year rising trend line intact all the way from 2013. Along with this rising trend line, there is a presence of this horizontal support zone, which has again given a multiple bounce backs to the price. The confluence of these two levels, these two lines has made this strong buying zone from where price has taken a support and it has showing a bounce back again. If this bounce back continues in the upward direction, which is most likely to be the case, if it continues, this is the strongest point from where it might get rejected. And this is the most important point, above of which if price gives a breakout, then it would be highly confirming for us to hold our trade. So we are essentially waiting for the breakout of this level, because if this level gets taken out, then we'll have dual confirmation. First confirmation we have already got, that is the breakout of this bearish trend line. And the second confirmation would be if a price successfully breaches some important level on bearish trend line. So on this bearish trend, 1.9401 is the strongest point. And if price manages to give a breakout above it, then we are all done. We'll be easily going for long trades here. So yes, let's wait till this consolidations ends, and if price gives a breakout above 1.9401, then we can take a long entry here with stop loss of 1.9152. This is a strong setup that we have here on GBP odd. Now next we have odd CAD. This is again a strong setup, but this setup is for bearish direction. Like price is consolidating within this range since past like 3 months. It's been like 3 months and price is consolidating within this consolidating range. And it seems like price has already given a breakout below this rising trend line. And after a breakout, price has already retested that level. And now it's again falling in the lower direction. On daily time frame, one thing which I want to bring into the notice, that the level from which price is currently getting rejection, it is essentially a level from where price has got rejection earlier also. Just look at this level, price has got rejection from the very level. This was pretty much a good upswing, which mercilessly got rejected from this strong selling pressure. And earlier also this level has acted as a strong selling zone. So there's a high chance that price might again get rejection from this level, and the evidence for that comes from the consolidation, that after giving a good up move, price has chosen to consolidate at a very vicinity of that resistance level in a narrow range. If this consolidation formation gives a breakout on the lower direction, along with the breakout of this rising trend line, which has already broken out, then this downfall might continue. So there is a nice shorting opportunity for us on odd CAD. Below 0.9723 is a strong selling point for odd CAD. We might take a short entry here until and unless our risk reward is favoring us. Until our risk reward is favoring us, we can take a short entry here. For a stop loss, we might put our stop loss at 0.9892, and yes, we'll be targeting first. Uh, this would be our first target, 0.9535. This is a significant support on the price chart if it gives a breakout from this level. Next, we have NZD USD. And this is a nice structure that we have mentioned earlier also, that after taking a bounce back from this rising trend line, price was giving a good up move. This up move is again getting rejected from half the way. This level is essentially the Fibonacci retracement zone of 0.5 and 0.618. This Fibonacci retracement zone we have drawn earlier by connecting the swings high from where price earlier faced a rejection and joining it with the swings low from where price got a bounce back. While we joined these two levels, we found 0.5 and 0.618 level on Fibonacci scale, and we were pretty much optimistic that price will definitely face a rejection from there. And as you can see, it's very clear that price has started to face rejection from these levels. If this consolidations persist, or if this rejection persists for some more time here, if price consolidates at these levels, and again if we find some really nice setup for shorting, then taking a short trade is something which I'm looking forward to on New Zealand CAD. New Zealand USD. The reason behind the shorting is also on the price structure. Price has already been making lower lows and lower highs structure. This was the high that price made, giving it has given a downswing, and the upswing that followed after this complete down move again got rejected from 0.5991, and again it has, when broken below this level, it has retested this level of 0.5631. I mean, this is very clear that it has been making a lower lows and lower highs structure. This is a nice setup for us. Let it consolidate here for some more time. If this consolidation, I mean, after this consolidation, if it gives a breakout on the lower direction along with breaking this rising trend line, then that would be our ultimate setup on New Zealand USD for taking a short trade. Let's see the chart of silver. Silver is showing really big down moves today. It's already down 0.86%, and it has now retested this low that it had made yesterday. This was not yesterday, this is today itself. At 8 a.m. it had made this low, and from where it has got a pushback for the correction. And again, it's kind of forming a consolidation pattern here, which was pretty much expected. We have already discussed this at the beginning of this program. On gold also, we have seen a consolidation. After the consolidation, it has given a breakout in the lower direction, but now it seems like it is again trying to inch higher and getting inside the consolidating range. And also one may say this is a retest of this downfall, and this downfall might again continue in the lower direction, which I mean is not something which I think would going to happen. But structurally, somehow it makes sense. It does make sense to take a short entry below this green candle. This is pretty wide candle. Yes, now again it's trying to face rejection from this uh, support zone. Let's see how it unfolds on gold. This odd cat is seriously forming a good downfall. But a breakout, until it gives a breakout below this level, we cannot take a trade because there is a strong support at lower levels. Price might again get bounced back from these levels. So we would be, I mean, avoiding taking fresh shots here. If there is some news because of which we are witnessing these big downfalls on gold, silver, and surge on crude oil. I don't see any significant news here. Gold is completely consolidating in a sideways range. The downfall is continuing. Yes, crude is at a very important level, and it might give a breakout above it. This level is 81.27. Ethereum, as I've already made it very clear that we are not looking for short entries on Ethereum until it gives a breakout below this level of 1708. This level is strong, and if it gives a breakout below this, then we might be uh, interested into taking short entries here. But till the time this level is intact, we would not be taking fresh entries. Yes, this trade that we had just mentioned here, we have already entered on this trade on Bitcoin. We are waiting till the price retests this lower level here. This level is 62,643. This was very quick trade on intraday time frames. Let's see how it goes. In gold and silver has again started to decline. Support of the gold is really threatened today. If this is broken, then gold is toasted. Then. I think it is going to consolidate here for some more time, and only after that consolidation, it's going to show some big moves, even if it want to show its move on the lower direction. Consolidation is warranted. Direction we cannot tell right now, but looking at the structure, it seems like price is going to give a breakout in the lower direction. But since there is a strong presence of supports below these levels, like 69, 39.62 is a strong support, and below that 39.40 is a strong support. So because of these reasons, we are not being able to come to a conclusion that price will move in certain direction. And directionally, we are not sure. Just look at this up move. I mean, it's very confusing right now to take a call in any direction. Let me check if there is any news. This kind of big up moves generally don't come without any significant news. Let me refresh this Forex Factory website. That price is making right now is beyond the comprehension. I'm not sure what's happening here. Trying to give a pullback for this downfall, and after that it will continue in the lower direction, or is there something any or is there anything else that's cooking here? We are not sure about it. Let's look at some other forex pairs instead. This is USD CAD. Yes, it's retracing. It is still retracing, which was pretty much expected, and we are expecting this retracement to continue till these levels of 1.3953. If this is going to continue, should we be looking for fresh short entries? The answer is no, because this retracement, or call it a pullback, this is taking entries on pullback is basically a contrarian trade, and we are not interested into any of those trades. Since price is giving a correction here, what would be the tipping point for this correction, or what would be the strong base from where price might face reversal? This is very hard to predict. So taking a short trade on the kind of big momentum and the big up move that it had shown earlier, it's not that rational, and I like to avoid this kind of opportunity. If price consolidates here for some more time, if price chooses to consolidate, and after the consolidation, if it tries to give a breakout on the upward direction, on the bullish direction, then we would be interested into taking long trades instead. Taking short trade is not something which I'm looking for on this kind of price chart. When price is already making higher highs and higher lows, and with the kind of momentum it has shown. I would be more interested into taking long trades here. Just look at this gold chart. It has just reversed back all the sentiment which price was showing. And just look at this. This is 0.75% move in one candle. All the stop losses, they've been got hunted. It's a super up move. 1% up. Gold is easily up by 1%. I don't know what is that factor that's making this kind of big up moves. Let me recheck Forex Factory website. Is there some news or anything? I don't know why it's not updating. Maybe they have not updated yet on trading view. Look what people are discussing. Selling trend is over. No more sell trades from here. Market bias has shifted. And this came like 38 minutes ago. And I am also advocating for taking long trades instead of short. I mean, not in the long trades. Taking long trades was never my option. But bias was definitely, it was, I mean, we have observed that bias was shifted on the bullish direction. So this selling trade was most probably the trap for the sellers. We are protected. We have not taken this entry anyway. let's leave it at that. Nobody is safe. I mean, they're the sellers that been taken out on from the market here. Earlier, it was buyers who got, taken out from the market, and here sellers also caught off guarded. Now it's again retracing back. It's a consolidating zone, and I'm pretty much sure that this is going to continue further in the future. Back in this 5 minute. Next we have NZD CAD. So let me zoom out a bit. This might look little messy. Yes. On daily time frame, price had given a breakout below this rising trend line after getting rejected from major bearish trend line. This was the confluence of major bearish trend line and a horizontal resistance zone, which is marked here with yellow rectangle. After price started to show a downfall, it has given a breakout and it has retested this level. After retesting, now it's again showing rejection from going further in the upward direction, which is very clear that whenever price give a breakout below this 0.8131, it's almost certain that New Zealand CAD pair is going to decline further in the lower direction. So there is a sell setup here for us below the level of 0.8131. Taking a short entry here make more sense to me, but only thing that's preventing me from doing that is the consolidation. If it had it consolidated for some more time, then I would be more than happy to take a short entry below this level. But since it's still consolidating, we'll wait for this consolidation to continue. After some significant consolidation and a top formation after this big up move, we would be taking short entry below that below this level. We raise this rising trend line, this no longer hold any significance because price has already given a breakout and again returned to the lower levels. So instead of that, we should be, trend line is always a very subjective thing because you it's up to you that you can shift the levels a bit. While drawing trend line, it's up to you whether you want to joint lows or the closing price. But when it comes to horizontal support and resistance level, this holds more objectivity to it because you cannot really extend or narrow down the levels. Like this is the clusters. There is a cluster present here, so this is the exact level from where you would be facing some rejection or a support. And since it's not there, you can completely avoid it. This is more objective way of analyzing things. If price give a breakout below this level and if it breaks below 0.8131, then this might be the right place to take short entry. We'll be looking for short directional trade on our NZD CAD. Next we have Euro GBP. And on Euro GBP on higher time frames, it's definitely a short trade and price is again moving in its lower direction. After every pullback, we have some really good shorting opportunities here. Since price is giving a pullback here, we'll wait for some consolidation. And if it starts to continue in its lower direction, then we are happy to take fresh short entries here. Although price has already came a long way from its neckline, but even now, I feel that it might continue again in the lower direction. Draw declining trend line here. Yes, this is a trend line from where price is getting multiple rejections. And even now, price has retested this level and now it's trying to decline. So on a smaller time frame, we might be interested into taking fresh short entries here. Let me check the setup first. Let it consolidate for a bit more time, and then we might think of taking fresh short entries here. Yes. If this trend line gets broken, the ideal situation would be price consolidates here for some more time, retests this bearish trend line for a while, and only after forming a range and a strong support zone, if it gives a breakout below this rising trend line and that range at once, or I mean, both should be broken below before we take fresh short entries here. That's essentially what I'm trying to say. Next, we have Euro USD. On this pair, our stance is on the bearish direction. We have bearish biasness. The reason behind that is very simple, that price is moving in a lower direction, and testing its after retesting its major bearish trend line multiple times, it has shown its tendency to form a new low, similar to what we saw on gold. And also there was a breakout of a multi month, I mean it was a 1.5 year long kind of a support zone which price broke below. This was the level of that breakout, and after the breakout price has also retested that level, and since it has retested and it's showing the rejection, now our case for the short side becomes even stronger. So we should be looking for fresh short entries on Euro USD. Ideal short entry would be below this level if you want to play safe, but taking a short entry below 1.1377 is also right thing, or it's also a nice idea. But the but the ideal situation would be if we look at from the smaller time frame, when price is getting rejected from this bearish trend line. If it consolidates here for some more time, and if only after consolidation price is able to give a breakout below this level, then we would be interested into taking fresh short entries on Euro USD. Let's see, it seems like it has already given a breakout. Let me put a trade projection here. Below this level, we have said earlier that we will take a short entry. This will be our stop loss, and the target that we will be uh, hoping for is at 1.1379. Still this level should be our target. Kind of a risky trade, but still, yes, we'll see how it unfolds. Ideally, we should be taking short entries only after some really good consolidation here and a clean breakout below that consolidating range lowest low. And with the stop loss placed at near these levels, like 1.1483, then only it would be a safe place to take a short entry, because you cannot really short at any level. Let's see how gold, silver, and Bitcoin are performing. Yes, we took a right call of not taking a short entry on gold below these levels, because one thing was very sure, that our sentiment got shifted towards bullish side. The reason behind that I already explained. As and when price, started to form this kind of large candles on bullish direction, the sentiment was changed and it was very evident. There was a very strong support on the lower side. Now here we are expecting a move on the upper direction from here on. But with said that, we do not mean that we'll be taking long trades immediately. Taking long trades above 4017.03 make more sense to me. Immediate long entry should be avoided. And we'll be taking long trades after, for the outlook that price might retest this major bearish trend line, as this has been the tendency of gold that we have observed from past couple of months. Whenever price has retested this major bearish trend line, there has been a, whenever price has made a new low, after every new low, price has revert back to its major bearish trend line to retest. And in a similar fashion, we are also expecting a reversal here for price to get and retest this major bearish trend line and again get rejected from it. So yes, this is what we are expecting on gold, and let's see how silver is performing. On 30-minute time frame, this is the big 1.5% candle on silver, and with this, silver has given a statement that it's not forming a low below 54.776. This is the lowest point which silver went to today, and after forming this low, price is showing some really good strength and it's trying to move in the upward direction. If this consolidation breaks up, it might retest its this. Let me first this level. Yes, this is the level 56.024. If price breaks above this level, then this might retest this major bearish trend line and above this levels and levels above this. Since the same price structure we have observed on silver, as we saw on gold, that after making every successive newer low, there has been a tendency on price of retesting its very trend line again. So for that tendency to work out, we are expecting a good up move here till these levels. Since the pair of Euro USD price has retested its breakout level, if at all it's a breakout level, on smaller time frames, I generally don't feel that comfortable in taking trades. But yes, taking a short trade would have made more sense to me. So this was a nice support level from price was supposed to give a bounce back, but it failed to do so, and it has given a breakout below that. It has shown a closer below it. Now it's consolidating, and after the consolidation, it's expected to give a breakout below these levels. Yes, gold and silver both are up by 0.4%, and they are showing, really good strength now. Yes, on Euro USD, we are expecting a downfall after price has rejected this level. For now, we would be expecting this downfall till the support level of 1.1375. We should not be expecting initially downfall below this level. Since price has shown respect to this levels, then we should expect initially that price might take a bounce back from this level. But only if it fails to show respect to this level and give a breakout in the lower direction, then we should be targeting for further lower levels. Next we have CAD JPY. On daily time frame, CAD JPY is again showing the strength. Japanese yen is again declining, and after the breakout of this very trend line, the structure which price had made, this was pretty evident that above this it might show a good up move. Following to it, it's really showing up on price chart, and now we are waiting for some consolidation or a retracement. After a correction, we will be interested into taking long trades on CAD JPY as well. So we're essentially waiting for some corrections. If it corrects for some time, that would be nice for us to take long setups. This is very strong price chart. Trades makes more sense here. Next we have Euro odd. This is daily time frame. This is daily time frame price chart, and price is making lower lows and lower highs structure. This is the base from where price has, taken a bounce back. This level is at 1.16135. After this bounce back, price has again returned back to its bearish trend line. From this level, it seems like it's again getting rejection. But since uh, the up move was preceded by a low which was not, which couldn't, breach the previous swing low. Like this low was at the level which could not breach this previous swing low. This had made this whole structure very kind of robust and kind of a strong from the point of view of bullish trades. So taking a long trades above the breakout of this high does make sense as of now. But higher conviction would be if price sustains above 1.68, 1.6846. But yes, if we would be waiting for this level, then most of the moves we would have lost. So yes, taking a long entry above this level does make sense if your risk reward allows you. Trade setup uh, should be very clean. Let's look at this. Price is again taking a support of this level. We have to look for trades on the buying for the buying positions only. On euro odd, you should not be taking trades for shorting. Taking long trades would be more beneficial and have uh, and will have higher probability of succeeding. Next, we have Euro CHF. This is the daily time frame Euro CHF, and it seems like price is moving in a upward direction. And this is the strong resistance level from where price has got, multiple rejections. This is resistance. This is the level from where price has got multiple rejections. This was the first instance when price rejected from going further up. This was the second. This is the third. And since this multiple rejections, if price gives a breakout above the most recent high that it had made, then that would be the right point to take a fresh long entry here. The price structurally, it seems like this might give a breakout on the upper direction. As long as this bearish trend line is concerned, it seems like it has already exhausted because it's been quite a time that price has made newer low after making low on 10th March 2026. Price is continuously making higher highs and higher lows. This seems like it's a kind of a reversal if price successfully, sustains above this level of point 9263. This is a strong level. If price exceeds above it, then this might give a good up move. Next we have NZD JPY. On this particular pair, it has again returned back to its ultimate resistance, from where price has got multiple couple of times it has got rejection from this level, and now again since it has reached this level, we are safe to assume that, I mean, if we get some shorting opportunity here, we might want to take it, but let me warn you that would be like a contrarian trade, because the trend line is in a bullish direction. So when trend is in a bullish direction, we should not be looking for short entries in the consolidation that has, consolidation formation that has formed after a big rally. So this was a big rally. And after this, when price is consolidating, it's always better to take a long entry at every dips than to take a short entry at every, register at resistance level, because you never know when it will give a breakout and it starts to move upward. Because the trend is already strong, it won't take much for price to give a breakout above it. And after it corrects till again to these levels of 91, then we would be looking for taking long trades. I mean, this was the perfect place to take a long entry, but I mean, because of this very little consolidation, it would be very hard for anybody to decide whether they should trust this level or not. But again, this was a very low stop loss trade. This was very narrow stop loss. So it it really does. It would have made really good sense of taking short entries here, but we couldn't find this level earlier as we were not following this pair. We have recently added this in our watch list. Yes. Next we have GBP CAD. On daily time frame, similar to what we saw on NZD JPY, it was getting multiple rejections from its higher level, and similar to that, we have seen a situation here when price is again getting kind of a rejection from higher level. Even after a breakout, it seems like price is again consolidating at its resistance. After the consolidation, and let's look it from the smaller time frame. This is bullish trend line, which is intact since 15th May. So it definitely holds some really good significance to it. If it manages to give a breakout below this level, I mean, let me draw to support rectangle here. If it manages to give a breakout below this level, then again we should think of trade in the short direction, in a bearish direction. The reason behind that is clearly visible on daily time frame. Price has got rejection from higher level multiple times. And you can clearly see this is the first, second, third, fourth. I mean, almost 4 to 5 swings has got rejection from higher levels. So it perfectly makes sense if again price get rejection from this level. To trade that rejection, we have to wait for consolidation, which seems like it has already made. After this consolidation, if it gives a breakout below this support, I mean, this is the common level from which price is taking multiple bounces. So yes, below this level, we might think of taking short trade as this bullish trend line has also got breached. So bearish sentiment could be seen on GBP CAD moving forward. But taking entries only depends on the clean breakout of this level. The level is at 1.8797. Let me put a tag here. I think it's visible. Yes. 1.8797 is the level below which we might think of taking short trades. The stop loss is something which we need to think of, because if price starts to consolidate here within a very narrow range, then that would be the ideal situation for us to place a stop loss. Because placing a stop loss this high might not be appropriate for many traders. But again, when you look at from the risk reward perspective, we have a very big window to capture. So I mean, in a long run, this might make sense to some trader. But yes, it would be nice if price, give us some opportunity here at lower levels to place our stop loss. That would be the ideal situation. Let's see how it unfolds on GBP CAD. Next, we have, so this was all for all the Forex pairs. We have covered every Forex pairs that we generally, follow our whole watch list on this particular program. Next, let's move towards gold and silver again. Yes, this is gold from intraday time frame. Let's see how it's forming its structure. So this was pretty much the today's movement on gold that we saw. It has consolidated within this narrow range of 4017 and 3969. This was like 50 point, like 47 points range. And recently we have seen a breakout of price breaking below 3969. We were, thinking that we have missed this opportunity and price will continue in the lower direction. But there was a right conviction with us that price will not give further downwards. The reason behind that is a strong support that's present below these levels. Like there is still the support of 3942, which is intact, and again this yellow rectangle, which was at place, which was adding up to our conviction that price might not give further downfalls. And also this was the tendency on the price chart that we have observed earlier. And after making every new successive low, there's been a tendency to revert back to its pivot level. This major bearish trend line is acting as a pivot. After each successive new low that price had made in the past, after making the newer low, there's been a tendency that it has returned back again to its major bearish trend line. So this is the repeated phenomenon. So exactly that's what we were trying to capture here. So this was, adding up to our conviction that price was not going to go in the lower direction. Since price had made a new low yesterday, after making this low, we were almost certain that price is going to go up in the in a bullish direction. But taking a long trade for capturing this up move is a whole different thing. For that, we need good setup, a nice risk reward for us to take long entries above 4017. Let's see how it unfolds on gold. As of now, the resistance is intact at 4017. Also, it seems like price has got exhausted on gold since it's been forming this lower moves from quite a long time. Like from 3rd July onwards, this is the complete downfall. And if you zoom out a bit, it seems like it's this major bearish trend line is intact since 12th May. I'm not sure whether it's going to give a breakout on the upper direction above this major bearish trend line. And we should not be speculating for that as well, because trend is here to continue. This is the assumption that we generally make on while analyzing any stock or any scripts. So, but stick with that, we have to think into taking short trades further. But taking a short trade at a support level does not make sense to me. So we will wait till price retraces back to this major bearish trend line, and after that only we'll be looking for taking short trades. Because if we did that, taking short trade at resistance is always a good idea, especially if price is in a long-term downtrend. Long-term downtrend or a major bearish trend line is intact. So this would be the high confidence trade for us if we short price after every rally. So we'll wait here patiently for price to unfold its move on gold. Next, we have silver. Silver is also up by 0.65%. Earlier, it was showing its down move, and yesterday, one major event that took place yesterday, that price gave silver gave a breakout below 55.59. It was a level which got intact since 20, which was intact since 24th June. And since then, price was unable to give a breakout below it. Since it has given a breakout, I was kind of getting this feeling that this might continue further in the lower direction after this consolidation. And if it does, and if only it does, tries to give a continued move in the lower direction, then next support on silver is not very near. This is the, I mean, bad news, if you'd like to call it. Next support on silver, it seems like is at 48 and 46 level. I mean, let me unzoom a bit. This is daily time frame. On silver, next support is seen. It seems like some significant next support is at 50, and below that, at 46 level, we are seeing this support here. So yes, there's no any significant support which is very close to the current price levels on silver. So if we look at from a smaller time frame, this is the low which price had made yesterday, and it's consolidating at these levels only. So this is the last resort that silver has logically. If it breaks below this, I'm not sure where it's going to stop. And like the tendency that we saw on gold, that after making every newer low, it has shown its tendency to revert back to its major bearish trend line. So on silver also, we are witnessing that price has already made this newer low. And from here, we should, I mean, logically expect a good up move till this major bearish trend line. If it does so, then we'll again add up to our short at these higher levels. We'll not be taking long trades to capture this small up move. This is for sure. We are here to go with the trend. Since trend is in the bearish direction, taking a long trade here could not fit is do not fits to our strategy. So we'll avoid that, taking long trades and capturing these small opportunities here. Instead, we'll be focusing on taking short trades when price reaches this major bearish trend line and it tries to consolidate at higher levels. After consolidation, if it only give a breakout on the lower direction and we sense that it might continue in the lower direction again, then we would be able to take fresh short entries on silver. Yes, this is pretty much for silver for now. Looking at this big candle, big green candle on 3RD chart is quite convincing, and it's confirming to some extent what we are thought of, that it might continue till this level. Yes, this was silver. Next we have Bitcoin. Let me erase this. We have achieved this target. Bitcoin has also shown a good rejection from lower levels. It's a kind of a pin bar candle. This pin bar candle is more of a statement that price might not again continue to the lower direction. But again, it's a very small kind of a time frame to give a statement like that. On 4-hourly time frame, it was quite clear that price was getting rejected from its higher level. This was a resistance. And following to which, we also took a short entry yesterday where we traded this head and shoulder formation. And this trade went pretty well. We achieved almost like 2.5% move of 1600 points on absolute value. So this was a really nice move that we captured. After capturing this move, price was kind of forming a consolidation here. So for fresh entry, we were expecting that if this consolidation continues in a very narrow range, and if it succeeds in giving breakout below this range, then we might opt for taking fresh short entries on Bitcoin for the level of, for targeting for the level of 61,800. This is the ultimate support that is currently seen on Bitcoin chart. If it does continues, to these levels, then there might be some opportunity for us, because the outlook on the higher time frame is anyway on the bearish side for Bitcoin. So taking a short trade would not be of that difficulties for us. So yes, Bitcoin, the biasness on the Bitcoin remain on the bearish direction. Let me check, have one more check here. This complete upswing that we saw, if we mark this, if we measure this complete upswing and consider this downswing that we are witnessing today as a correction for that, then it has already corrected and it's now getting support from this 0.786 Fibonacci retracement zone, a Fibonacci retracement level, if you want to call it. So this is a strong point from where there is a high chance that price might reverse back. If it does, I mean, this won't be a quick up move that we generally sees on Bitcoin. It would most likely be a sideways consolidation for a while, and only after the consolidation gives a breakout on the upper direction, then we might be, having that trade set up for us to take a long trade for this, good up move to continue. Price has already made a higher high earlier, like it had made a higher than the high of 10th July was breached yesterday, 15th July, the day before yesterday. And again, it has retraced back to the lower level. However, it seems like it has already started to make a higher highs and higher lows structure. This was the low price had made earlier. If you look at from this point of view, this was the starting point of the upswing. This was high. This was the lower low that price made. This was the higher high, and this might again be the higher low for the swing. And again, if it gives a reversal here and if it continues to move higher, then there might be some really good up moves hidden here. So yes, but we should not be hurrying in taking making our positions here. We should be waiting for our confirmation, because this is kind of a very tricky situation. Like from the lower side, price has got a strong bullish push, and again on the from higher side, price is getting very strong selling pressures. So this is, I mean, very early to say anything on Bitcoin. Let it consolidate for a while here, and only after that we'll be able to say that in which direction price might continue. This is Bitcoin. Let's see, next we have is Ethereum. On Ethereum, we have achieved this trade of one risk reward. And we have covered like 2% downfall. This is again a nice trade that we took. On 4-hourly time frame, yes, on 4-hourly time frame, price has given a breakout above 1848 level. This level was intact since 15th June, and this was one of the strongest level, because this was the level this horizontal level was earlier acting as a strong support for Ethereum. If you are following Ethereum from a long time, this was earlier acting as a strong support. Now this is the clear change in polarity principle at play. When price once it reached this level in the lower direction, it has turned against it, and now it's acting as a resistance. This is quite a common phenomenon in technical analysis, and this level is acting as a resistance, and it has rejected price multiple times. Like this is again where price got rejected from, and this is again the rejection that price faced. And finally, when price breached this high of 1848, it has again started to take support of this level. I am very optimistic about Ethereum, that price might again, after the consolidation, it might bounce back in upper direction. This has a fair chance of happening. Let's see, we have to wait here till price form some consolidation here. After it consolidates here for some more time, then we would be interested in taking long trades on Ethereum. The level which is of great interest for us is this. As of now, I mean, this is not, this might not have that conviction for now. From the information that is available on the chart, this seems like a strong point from where if price gives a breakout on the upper direction, we might have some really good opportunity waiting for us on the long direction, on the bullish directions. Yes, this is Ethereum, and it's kind of confirming, like when you see Bitcoin and Ethereum, these both are highly correlated cryptocurrencies, as these both are, I mean, move more or less in a similar fashion. Only magnitude differs, like we have seen on gold and silver, both are highly correlated assets. But when we talk about magnitude, silver generally shows an amplified move. I mean, silver generally shows an amplified move of what we saw on what we see on gold. In a similar way, Ethereum tends to show an amplified move of what we generally see on Bitcoin. So on Ethereum and Bitcoin, both are forming kind of a bullish move. Bitcoin is already making higher highs and higher lows. However, the swings being so wide, it might not seem like a good bullish move. But if we pay close attention to it, it is definitely making higher highs and higher lows. And Ethereum, on the other hand, it's completely bullish. There is no doubt about it. So both making bullish structure is kind of confirming for us that these cryptocurrencies might, witness some really good up moves after a very long time. And yes, we have already discussed gold and silver. And yes, just look at this 3-hourly time frame chart of gold. It's a complete pin bar candle. Every time price had made this, there's been a good reversal. Let me spot it for you. It might be on the smaller time frames, I'm not sure. But yes, this kind of pin bar candle generally holds strong significance. If I'm not wrong, this kind of doji formation is known as a dragonfly doji. And yes, it's a kind of a reversal pattern. So I won't be betting on a bigger reversal, but yes, definitely price can retest this 4042 level for now. And so this was all for today. We have covered gold, silver, Bitcoin, crude oil, and all the major and some of the minor forex pairs. So this was all for this live stream. You can join our live stream regularly. We continue this live stream from Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., where we cover New York session. And the move that forms on New York session, we generally try to make a trade setup and share the precise entry levels and exit levels for the trade that we take on this live stream. So consider joining us from Monday to Friday regularly. And yes, that's all for today. We'll continue this session from Monday again. Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Goodbye.